Mister, open your mic.
Okay. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. So, so far we have discussed in lecture 6 what is a PLSQL block. But then I have discussed how to write a PLSQL program, how to define the variables, and then how to assign the values to the variables. Then I discussed uh, how to use the percentage type variable and how to use percentage row type variable. So these variables are called anchor variables. And I also discussed you about the basic program, how to write using this if condition. So controlling the flow of your programming steps can be done with the help of these control structures. One is conditional statement, another is iterative statement. So if you want to check the condition, use these conditional statements. If condition is true, then you go to execute some statements. Then close the end if, open if, close this one. Like that, you can use if then else or if then else if you have multiple if conditions. And you want to repeat some piece of code in your program, go for loops. While loop, this is a basic type of loop. While loop, after that condition, then say loop, then finish by closing it. Another is third one, for loop. Okay, these things we can use. Yesterday I have shown you how to use this one, if condition, get the results. Like for example, this program, you can go online also using this apex.oracle.com. So this is the code for testing the if statement. Now see, I gave the grade A. A means if the condition is matched, then this message is printed. So it is printing this one. So if I give here F and run, better try again. This is the matching. If I give here something like 0, no such grade. Okay. So this is the thing that we exercised last class. Similarly, I have shown you the for loop. Now today we will do one small program like finding the factorial of a number. Finding the factorial of a number. You know what is factorial, no, in mathematics? Factorial. Students, do you know factorial? Like this, factorial of 6 means 1 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 6 is equal to this much. So this is a symbol denoted as factorial. So now we can write this program to find a factorial of a number. So I start with this one basically. This is just what? It's begin. This is declare, begin, end. Now I have to use some variable. For which number? For example, I say like X number. So X number, I will assign the initial value as 1. This is the first thing, I declare a variable. Then the formula for factorial finding is this one. factorial, that is sum is equal to some number you have to use as an incrementation. So I want to use this variable v counter, or for example I will say y as one variable. So for loop will start with this variable y, and initial value for this variable is 1. For y, the initial value is 1, and up to which number the loop will continue 4 times. Okay, now what I am doing here, 1 is multiplied with 1. Then that result I am storing in x number. You know the execution, no, this one? I will take this one. Okay. So you have what? X number. Initially, the value of x number is 1. Okay. Then what is the value of y initially is 1. Then this one, the new value of x number. X number, that means the final result. New value. This is the initial value. That means starting value. Initial value. Y value. And this is here. Now this is the value you have. So x number is 1. So y value is 1. Now the loop will begin. So initially what is this x number? X number is 1. So 1 plus, 1 multiply with y value. Initial value 1. So 1 into 1, it will be 1 only. So that 1 will be stored in this x number. So the final result will be 1. Next, what is the value now for x number is 1. Then what is the value of y now? Y will become
2.
2. So then what is the formula now? X number is 1, multiply with 2. So 1 into 2, 2 will be stored here. So the final value of this one, x value, x number is 2. So like that, now 2. What is the next value of y is 3. So 2 into 3 is 6. Next is the value of x. Now next value will become 4. So 6 into 4, 24. So this is our final result we will get when we run. So this statement is to print. Okay, this statement is to print. So I am printing the factorial of this one is. So I will say here like factorial of 1 or something like that. So program is successfully completed. I want to see the output, means I told you this one, view dbms output, then you will get this screen. Here you have to take connection by click this green button. Now you run. So factorial of that 4, up to 4 numbers. We are saying this factorial of 4 is this one. Okay, factorial of 4 is 24. Like this, you want to find the factorial of 10, then you have to change here. Factorial of 6. This one. Okay, you understand? This is the use of this for loop. So I am keeping that variable, initializing the value to 1, and final value, the last value is up to 6. So this is under the loop, opening of the loop, and this is the closing of the loop. So in Java, you will write like this one and this one. But here in Oracle PLSQL, we write loop and loop. And this is the statement to compare. Is this clear, everybody?
Yes.
Boys, Muat, Momin, Mazin, sorry, they are in another section. Now you are Muhammad, Rashid, these guys.
Yes, Mr.
Osama, Osama. So for loop is that one. So this also you can practice. This is to find the multiples of 3, 4, 5 between the numbers 4 and 52. Okay. So this is the same example what I show you now. Factorial of 10. Now this program modification using the while loop. So here see, first you are checking the condition here. The number is greater than 0, then only you are repeating the loop. So this is the program to use the while loop and find the factorial of a number. The same logic, but see some variable names are different. This is the starting. Before we have taken this one. This is the starting number, this is the ending number. But in while loop, we have to declare them as variables. And to store the result, some other variable, temporary number. Okay, factorial of 1 is this one. Like that, same program. So if you take this and copy this, run it. Here, some mistake is there in this program. When you copy, it will not work. Okay, fine. So it will work when you write it from the beginning. So this is also the same program which will find the factorial of 10 using the while loop. Okay, now I will move to the next one. What is the use of this for loop? Let us say you have a table. You have table like I have a table here, small table testing. I will delete and show you again. So they are telling here, create one small table like this. Okay, create one small table. I will say that name as item. Okay, now I will, item is created here. So item is created here. So it is having only one item, one and no data, one column with no data. Suppose I want to insert some data into this. I can do the program and insert. So here you can say like declare begin end. Now here you declare some variables. Okay, then you put some statement here, insert into item values is for example x. Okay, so this one you can put it in a loop for uh, x in 1 to 10. So 1 to 10 loop. So end loop. Okay, so here x int number initial value 1 or 0 something I can do. Okay, okay, PLSQL block executed successfully. Let me go and check here the data for the item number. Now see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the values are inserted. Suppose you want to insert it manually without writing this program. What you have to do? You have to write this statement 10 times like this. Am I correct or not, students?
Correct.
Yeah, because it will take time if I do like this. It will take, see how much time it is taking for me to write these statements and run these statements. Instead of this, I can just write a small program, run this command, immediately the values is inserted into this table. So that is the use of PLSQL programming. So we can use the for loop and insert the data into our table. Now you can write this command to see the data, to view the data. Select star from item. So when I say this, it will show you the records inside the table. Okay. Now the last part of the PLSQL is cursor. What is cursor? Cursor is like an area, a memory area. Now you see, I show you this program now. Select star from item, I write it. When I run this, the result is coming. Where this result, these values will be stored. Where the data is stored. This data and this command is going to be executed and stored in one area, one memory area. So that area is known as this cursor. So it is nothing but the private area, private zone to execute your statements and to store the information being processed. So to execute this statement and to store the result, the cursor is used. So we can also use PLSQL cursors to execute our statements in a private area. So the results will be stored in that area. Now, basically, you have two types or two ways of creating the cursor. One is known as implicit cursor. Another is known as explicit cursor. Implicit means the default cursor already provided by the DBMS software Oracle. Another one, second type is the cursor you can create. You are the developer of the PLSQL program. So you can create your own cursor. Okay. So two types. One is implicit, which is already present in Oracle, like this one. This is also one cursor where you are executing the statements and you are storing the data. Now, implicit, explicit cursors, we can practice now. So explicit cursors also have to follow these four steps. Now, suppose see, I give you one book, textbook to you. I will ask you to study for the exam and come. What you will do first? You will declare the book first. I mean, you can go and take the book first. To start reading, what you have to do? You have to open the book. After opening the book, you will study. After studying, if you finish the study, you have to close the book. So these are the four steps to follow: declare, begin, process, and close. So whenever we create a cursor, we have to use these statements. Now, how do you declare a cursor? So the basic syntax is this one: cursor. What is the name? You can give any name. Like I want to give the name of the cursor. Cursor. Uh, Student cursor. Any name you can give. Is this is the way. Then after that you can write your SQL statements like select or insert into or update in delete. Those statements you can write here. But the way of declaring is like this: cursor, then the name, you can give any name, and syntax is. After that, you will, this is a declaring. After that, in the begin block, this is declaring. Okay. For that, begin block. Then after begin block, you have end block. But here you will write the statement. Now cursor is there. You have to open the book, open the cursor, and do some actions here. Open the cursor, then you have to get the data. Then the command is fetch the name of cursor. Then some statements. After that, you will close the cursor. This is the simple way of writing the cursor. Okay. Now see here, that is what is explained to you. Declare. After that, you write the cursor, name of the cursor. Is, this you studied from previous lecture. Select employee number, employee name, employee salary from table 1, 2, 3, blah, 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 where blah, blah, blah conditions. Another way of declaring here, see, example, cursor, this is the name of cursor, is. So that means this data, this employee data whose salary is between 1000 and 2500 will be stored in this cursor. Then you can process them. You can do some calculations. You can modify and then you can display the result. So opening the cursor, I told you, after you declare, you will use this word open, the name of cursor. How do you process the cursor? You have to use the uh, fetch command. So cursor is nothing but, see, after fetching pointer, it will move record by record until it reaches the last record. I think I have here. I will show you. So now these are the commands. Open command will open the cursor. Fetch command is used to retrieve the data. Close command is used to close the cursor after you finish processing. Some attributes we can use inside your cursor. They are this one. To count how many total number of rows you retrieved so far. This variable percentage row count will tell you like 2 rows or 3 rows or something like that. Another is percentage found. This attribute will return the value true if the last row, that means you reach the last row. If you don't reach last row, it is false. Not found, if you do not get any data, then it is called, then it will return true. This variable is used to check whether the cursor is open or it is closed. You will see all these things now. Before that, I want to show you. There is one picture. I don't know where I stored. Let me see. Here. Okay, see. This is the example I gave here. This is your table. Inside your table, which table is this? Student. So in student, you have these many records. Like 100 is the ID, Sarah. This ID, Reem. This is Zainab. This is Rashi. Now I declare a cursor like this. What is the name of the cursor? Cursor, student cursor is select star from student where ID is equal to 10. So this is the normal DML statement, this one. Okay, and this is your cursor. So after, see, normally this data, what it will do, select star from student where ID is equal to 100. It will go to this one, it will check who is 100. 100 is this one, first record. If it is matching, it will give. If it does not match, this counter will move to the second record. This counter will move to the third record, fourth record, like that. Now ID is equal to 100, so it will get all the information of this record. Sarah Al-Balushi, Sarah at GSM something, mobile number, etc. Okay, then that data is stored in this variable. Now I want only the name and ID. I don't want uh, this one, last name. I don't want email. I don't want mobile. How to do that? You have to use this fetch command. So fetch cursor name into some variables. So in the cursor, I have all this data, but what I want ID. I want name. So I declare two variables, SID and SName. Then I will use those variables to store the data in it and display the output like this. Now let us see that one. Uh, where is the example of that one? Yesterday I gave you like this. So first what we do, we declare some variables. What variables we have to declare? SID, S underscore ID. It is of type in the student table, whatever type you have, that I want to use this one. So what I will use here, student dot what, the STID variable, percentage this S name. This is my variables. Then student dot name. Only these two I want. Remaining I don't want. Now I am saying here cursor name is, so I will write here select star from student where STID is equal to 100. I want only this data, student data. So that complete data is going to be stored here. So open the cursor, it is open. Now fetch the cursor into S underscore ID, S underscore name. Okay. After that, I will print the statement. So for printing, dbms underscore output dot put underscore line, inside the brackets I will write these variables to print. Ready? But then attach this one. I use, then attach this name. Then finally you close the cursor. Let us see now whether this will retrieve you the data or not. A wrong number of values into the list. Okay, so here I have to say here, where is that? SEID, comma, F. Okay. Yes. Executed successfully. Now see the result what I got. I got 100. I got SAR. So I want to give some name. Like this is the student name is, then here, sorry, student number, that one, student name is this one, student ID is this one. Okay, now the output you will get like this. Student ID is 100 and student name is Sar. So this is the use of a cursor. So I am getting this data, storing the data in this area, memory area, and from that area I am assigning the data to these variables, my variables. I want to do some calculations also here. If I want, I will show that calculations now. So up to here, do you understand this one? What is meaning of cursor? Students?
Yes, yes, Mr.
So now I will move to this one. This is the cursor which will get the ID of customer, ID of the name of customer and address of the customer and it will print. When there is no record, exit this loop. There is a loop here. See, loop and loop. This loop will continue until all the customer data is printed. See, you have a table here, customer. So I have first record, second record, third record, fourth record. So in the loop, I am processing and printing each customer data. So now I will go there. Okay, so here, this one also you can execute in your live Oracle SQL here, Apex. So you should have a student table. Then see, student name is student. I think there is no record in my student table. That's why it is printing empty. Okay, now we will move to the another one here. So this one. So part by part I will take. Okay, first I will take to explain you this one. Where is our so declare some variables. So this is my variable customer ID. See here the actual columns are this one, cus underscore code, cus underscore last name. So you have like this for the customer table, this one. But in my program, I am using my own variable, like you can say XYZ. So customers dot, what is the variable name I have? That same attribute you have to use. Cus code. And for cus first name, this one. And address we don't have, we have area code. So I will take area code. Now the what data type is there in this table, the same is assigned to this one. Now I will say begin, then I will say end. Now here you can declare the cursor here. Cursor, C cursor or cus cursor is select cus code, comma, cus name, comma, cus area code from customer. So all the records I am storing in this cursor. Now you have to open the cursor. Cus underscore cursor. Now, okay, lastly, close cus underscore cursor. In between, you have to do some calculations or retrieving the data and printing the results, something like that. So what I will do here is I will put some loop, and in the middle, I want to fetch the data. So fetch cursor, okay, into CID, comma, CNAME, comma, C address, or area code, something you can give here if you want. Okay, now exit when percentage not found. Syntax, let me check. Cursor, name of this cursor. If you don't find any row, exit. So it will go for first record, it will print second record, it will print third record, it will print fourth record, it will print then end of file, no more records. So it will exit. So what code will make you exit? This one. So this is the keyword, not found. If there is no data, come out of the loop. That is a meaning. So here you print the message dbms underscore output dot put line. This one. So you can print, now the data is in this one, CID, CNAME, C address. So you can print them like this. Or you want to customize the printing of message, you can customize. Okay. So let us run this one. Some error. Incomplete or malformed, line number 9. Customer.cus area code must be declared. Correct, no? Sorry, see. What is the mistake I am doing? What is the name of the table here? Customer. But what I used here? There is no table customers. So there is a table customer. Now it is fine. It will be fine now. Okay. So still error. C name must be declared. We are using, sorry, here C underscore name. Okay. So you have to rectify the errors like this. Okay, now executed successfully. Now you can see one by one the records are printed. This is the customer ID, customer name, area code. You can see this one. Khadija 1007 411. Ahmad, this is the ID, this is the number. So this is the output. Understand this one? This program, do you understand? If you have any questions, you can ask here. Students.
No, Mister.
This is the explicit cursor. We are creating this cursor. Explicit cursor. So the default cursors are already there. Implicit cursor, this example. Suppose this example, what it will do, it will update the customer balance. Now see, for example, during this Ramadan, Amontel want to give you extra balance amount for some customers. So how I will update my customers? So I have customers here. See, these are all customers. So can you see your balance here? 800, 200, 250, this one is there. I want to give some offer to some people. So what I will do is I will write a cursor here. I will write this type of cursor. So this type of cursor, what it is doing, it is updating the salary of the customer. Salary or balance, you can say. I will copy this instead of writing. line by line it will take time. So I am declaring first one variable, total rows, data type number. Now I will say update customer. What I want to update? This one, balance. So that balance I am setting it as, I want to give 500 real as a bonus to the customer. If I do like this and execute, all the customers data will be updated. Everybody will get bonus 500 real, but I want to give only one specific customer. I want to give to only one particular customer. So what you can do is you can write the where condition here, where id is equal to some number you can give. Okay, that is different story. Now the other way of other usage of this one, row count and not found. See, not found, I told you now. If this is the default cursor name, SQL, I will uncomment this code. SQL is a default cursor. If the customers are not found, then this message is printed. Else, if the customers are found, it will go update all the records and say how many customers totally it has updated. So that message is printed here. And how many total rows are there in your table, that is also counted with the help of this variable. So cursor name percentage count. Now let me run this one. Execute it. Now can you see what is the balance here? 800, 200, 250, 115. So I will refresh this. So 500 real increased, everybody. So the messages here, see, 4 customers are selected here. This one, total how many customers is updated is 4 customers. So how many total rows are there? There are 4 customers are there. 4 customer records are there. Hmm. 4 customers data is updated. I will do the rollback. What this command will do? Rollback. I will go back.
Proceed audio.
It will go to the old data. Okay, so now again I will run this command. This one, this cursor. Executed. So see here, 800 plus 500 is 1300. Now what is the message you got? See, there are 4 customers data updated. So all the 4 customers data got updated. How many records are there totally? 1, 2, 3, 4. So if there are million records, it will count that many records. Using these variables, percentage row count. In this variable, percentage found, percentage not found, it will check the data. I will roll back again. Okay. So I want to update to only one particular customer. Then you give here like where, what is the condition? Where customer code is equal to where cus underscore code. Sorry. some number like 11. This one I have 1001. 100. Only one particular customer data will be updated. Okay. Now look here. Only one customer data is updated, and totally one record is formed. So here, if you refresh, see the remaining people data is same. Only the Ahmed data is updated. Is this clear? So implicit cursor, explicit cursor is this one. And what is the use of these variables? I have shown you. So they gave the examples here. This is an example using the same one what I show you. Using the loop and using the for loop. Two different demonstrations. Every lecture, sincerely tell me how many of you are practicing. I am giving you exercises. This one I gave for 5, lecture 5. For lecture 4 I gave you this one. Okay, for lecture 3 I gave you this one. How many of you are doing this sincerely? Hmm? How many of you are doing this work sincerely? Tell me. Nobody is doing.
Me, mister.
Yeah, I know Asma will do. Other students, they will not do. I know. Only Asma will do.
Mm.
Huh?
Mm.
Who means
Mm.
Rana? You have exercised all? Rana. You have a quiz from lectures 1 to 6. You have. See here 5% is for attendance. Attendance I will not give. I will take the attendance also. But those students who are doing these exercises and showing me, for them I will give marks. This one. These marks. Where is that? This one. So your midterm 27th. When is that? Next Tuesday from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock. So this is a midterm and final. You have to open the camera, show your ID cards, everything. Okay, you will have multiple choice, short answer, long answer. So expect less theory questions like these commands. What I show you, this type of practice, this kind of things, like how to write a program, like this one. Practice these commands. queries, inserting command, delete command, update command, okay, create table command, these things. Functions like count, star, max, distinct, sum, average, like function. These things you have to practice. Alter table command, index creating, how to create index, constraints, how to add. So these kind of things you practice. So again I am telling, this one you have to practice well. Shall I go to the next seventh lecture now? Because we are in week 8. See what we have to do now. You studied introduction to SQL here. You studied basic commands like create table here. Then you learned the advanced commands like update, joins, insert, update, delete, group by, having, ascending, descending, such type of things you have practiced up to here. Now in this yesterday and today lecture, you practice how to write a program and use the commands inside that program. Next seventh lecture is how to create a package. Means this is one small program, this one is a small program. Like this you can create many programs and define or declare these programs inside a package. So that we will study in this lecture 7, part 2 of PLSQL. What is a stored procedure? How to create it? How to use it? How to create a function? How to use the function? Function means same like your Java programming fundamentals, you studied function. Like adding two numbers, you write a function. Printing the data, you write a function. Calculating the result, you write a function. And all these things we will combine and store it one library that is named as package. So inside the package you will have function, you will have the PLSQL program code in within. It is same like your classes, subclasses, how you have and how to use the functions and call the functions in the program. What is a stored procedure? Whatever you studied in the previous lecture, those are all collected and stored in one name. That is known as a procedure. Named collection of procedural and SQL statements. All together you are going to store in one place. Why we are doing this? What is the use of this one? What is the advantage? To increase the performance, to speedily, to fastly execute the code and get the data, to reduce the traffic of network sometimes will become slow. If your program is structured properly, then it will give you results quickly. So to increase the performance, we are going to create these stored procedures. Another advantage is to minimize the duplication of code. You should not repeat the same code, same lines of instructions. You write it one time and use it many times. Just call, like in what you are doing in your programming fundamentals. How do you, what is this? 6 I told. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not test, midterm. reduce the code duplication and reduce the network traffic, and it will increase the performance. So as I gave you here some example like this, suppose this is the, you have a class. So from the class, we can access these functions. How many number of times you want, you can access. For example, I will remove this. Okay, look, I have a circle, or I will say calculator. The calculator, I have these functions: int, adding, okay, return a plus b. Similarly, I have a function multiply. To subtract, divide. So these are the sub functions. I am storing it in one class named as calculator functions. So I want to use these variables in some other program. Maybe like here, I have this one, public class calculate. So I want to call this one. I want to call this adding method. Use this code here. What I will do, I will just say calculator C is equal to new calculator. Then I will say C dot adding. Then I will say 10 comma 20. So this will give me the data like integer result is equal to. So this programming code. So what I am doing here, I am creating the object of calculator class, this one, and I am calling the method adding and passing this data 1020. So it will go to this one 1020. It will add this one. It will return the results. Sorry, spelling mistake is there here. So this is the easy way of writing the program. So program, you have some functions. So I am calling this function adding. Similarly, I can call multiply, I can call divide, I can call subtract. So I am minimizing the code. I am increasing the performance. So every time if I want to add, I am not writing here this step. This I place in one program. Whenever I want, I can add this one. I can call this one. So that is what here the same thing you are going to do in your PLSQL block. Stored procedure. So stored procedure, we will keep everything commands in this one SQL statements and your programming code, and we will call them whenever we require. So it will reduce the traffic, it will increase the speed, it will remove the duplicate code, sharing of the code is easier, etc. And when you create a stored procedure, it will accept some arguments. Arguments means like this. What you have here, this is one argument. This function is accepting one variable, one argument and another argument. So two parameters it is accepting. See, you are sending two values, no, here 10 and 20. So 10 is going to be stored in this variable A, and 20 is going to be stored in this variable B. Then 10 plus 20, it will give you the result here 30. Same way in PLSQL stored procedure, it will accept these arguments. One is for the in parameter. In means to accept it, to take it. Out means this parameter contains the result, output parameter. 1, 2, and 3. Three types are there, in, out. So it will read and modify the procedure, that variable. So syntax is create or replace procedure. What is the name of procedure? Inside the bracket, it is optional. See, square bracket meaning it is optional. You can declare some variables like number A, number B, number, like that. Then is, you can use the keyword is, or you can use as. Then you give some, do some calculations, assign some values to the variables. Similarly, go to your 6th lecture. Whatever you used, you can, if you want, you use cursor. You want, you use insert command. If you want for loop, if you want if statement, if you want to use while loop, if you want to use switch case, anything you can use here. These are stored under one name, like a package name. So that package you will call. Simple example is this one. Now during this Ramadan time, I want to give discount. Like Carrefour is giving you discount. 50%, 5% discount on mobiles. So what I will do, I will write this statement here. Create or replace procedure. This is the name of procedure. Discount product discount procedure as begin. So update the product table. Set discount is equal to discount plus 0.5. Where if you are buying, see here, product quantity on hand is greater than or equal to minimum. If you are keeping more than 2 items, then 5% discount in your shop. So whenever you run this, 5% less price you will get. If the products are becoming too low, then you cannot get this discount. This is what, how the Carrefour, all the shopkeepers, the Lulu hypermarket, they will do this kind of things. So they will give, whenever there is offer, they will run this procedure. Immediately it will update, it will reduce the price of the items. See the condition here, when in your shop, if you have minimum quantity of items, minimum some number is there here. If you have some minimum, like you have 10 mobiles in your shop, then I will give 5% discount. I am Apple iPhone company. If you maintain 10 phones in your shop, minimum, maximum it is up to you. You can maintain 100 or 1000 or 10,000, something like that. So if your minimum mobiles is going below 10, then you will not get 5% discount. That is this one. Now simple example I will show you. How to write a procedure, I said this one. I will take a new sheet. See here, new sheet you can take in this one or in this one. So here I will say create or replace procedure. What is your name of procedure? in and class. Now here we'll write dbms underscore output dot put underscore line and some message. Like this. Simple. Create or replace procedure, name of the procedure. Okay, here I am passing some, see, this is the in variable. In means I am passing one argument. So what is that? Any variable name you take here. For example, it will say uh, message 1, data type varchar 2 of 100 something. Okay. As in parameter input. In means input. Data type, it is up to you. If you want, you give. Okay. Is or as you can write. Size also, if you want, you give. Now I will run this. I will clean this. Compile the first. You have to execute this. It will say compiled successfully. Otherwise, it will show some error. After that, how to call this one? How to call this function? Like I have to say execute. Shortly, you can write 4 letters exec, or you can write this complete one. Execute hello proc. Now you pass a string. This one, no need this one. This I will put down. Here I will say, now whenever I run this one, see, the message is going there. What is happening here? This data is going into this one. I will show you. So here, what is happening? This is the procedure we declared. We created this one. What is this one? This is procedure. What is the name of the procedure? Hello PROC. This is the name of the procedure. What it will do? It will accept this parameter. This is the argument. What is this one? It will accept some parameter. Input value. So in means input here. Here you have in. Input value. Okay. Now this message, this will print the whatever value is passed. Now in the bottom, what I am doing here, I am trying to call that function. What I am doing, I am calling this one. So when I call this, what at the time of calling, what I am doing, I am passing this data to this message. So this where function is called, procedure name is called, I am passing this string. Now here msg1 will contain this string Ramadan Kareem to all of you. That is what is the output printed here. This is the output what you are getting. This is the way of writing a procedure. You understand this one, students? Students, this is the way of writing the procedure. Do you understand this one? Students, are you there? Asma, did you understand this one?
Yes, Mr.
Voice?
Mister, I lose my the connection.
Okay, if you lose your connection, you can see in the video. I will upload this video in the Blackboard. Okay, today I will stop here. The rest of the class we will continue this one. Okay, so I will give the attendance based on this one. So I will stop recording now. If you have any questions,